Now to find out if either movie I saw tonight was half as good as the infected margarita I got from the movie theater bar. There was an instant bite to the throat to where I was worried that I'd have to take notes on this movie while actually turning into a werewolf. Luckily, I did just in time to make the title card. Wolfman comes from director Leigh Whannell, someone whose work I dig the hell out of, from Upgrade being a fear of technology movie to using The Invisible Man to make a story about domestic abuse and stalking, and now we have his spin on another classic monster with The Wolfman. We meet this broken family where the husband and wife are drifting apart, and she's jealous that their daughter is a lot closer with him. And we spend some good time on their backstory, especially his childhood, to make it a little extra sad when you know where the story is going. It basically uses the Wolfman plot for themes of his troubled childhood and not wanting to pass on any generational trauma, so he internalizes a very bad temper so he won't end up like his father. Then he's bitten by a wolf and, well, not only does that rage come out, but they're also screwed because there's a whole other Wolfman outside the house too. There's cleverness with the filmmaking, where it treats it more like a body horror virus movie, and there's shots where we hear and see things from his POV, like suddenly not being able to understand what they're saying, and just the simple crawling of a spider sounds like gunshots. The practical effects and sound editing are very good, even if he seems more like a zombie than a wolfman. Like I said, there's good themes here and excellent filmmaking, all for a movie that's just okay at best. If you don't know the metaphor it's going for, don't worry, it'll be so on the nose about it as possible. Not only holding your hand through the entire thing, but even stopping to just explain everything to you. A majority of their dialogue feels like it was written so that someone who has the TV on in the background can still follow it, with a big reveal at the end that's extremely telegraphed early on. Christopher Abbott is excellent. He's the highlight as far as the actors go. The daughter is saddled with some pretty corny-ass kid lines, and Julia Garner feels more like her older sister than her mom. They also have them doing non-stop stupid-ass decisions throughout the whole thing, only so movie moments can happen. Like seriously, stop letting your daughter touch the monster! Even the Wolfman keeps popping up only for jump scare moments, like the wolf is just waiting in silence till he knows the camera pans over to him, when he could have just burst through any window at any time. There's good ideas here, but the script really needed some polishing up. It's a C+, it's fine for a rental, though I did like the part that seemed to be a callback to Saw. Now for a movie that's over twice as long, but I'd watch any time over The Wolfman, it's The Brutalist. I had a double feature of connections to Kraven the Hunter. Christopher Abbott was in Kraven, as well as people running around like animals. This movie has Alessandro Nivola, who was Rhino, and this has a character that they call the Foreigner, just like in Kraven again. Though I'll go ahead and say it, The Brutalist, also better than Kraven. Adrien Brody plays Laszlo Toth, who flees Europe and comes to America to pursue his American dream in architecture, and you're about to see the most sprawling epic about architecture ever made. Laszlo is hired by the wealthy Van Buren family to design a monument to end all monuments, one that you could worship in, or make a dance film about a community center if you wanted. Laszlo's a man who's humble at first about his talents, but also turns to alcoholism and drug abuse when dealing with his past and his place in the world. This is a real filmmaker's movie about a visionary creating a masterpiece and going against anyone calling for compromises or budget cuts. There's also this pressure cooker relationship between him and this Van Buren family, led by Guy Pearce in a great performance. Here's a guy who's introduced so volatile he might as well turn into the Wolfman. Then he's the nicest man on earth when he has use for Laszlo, but can just chuck someone to the curb when they're of no use to him, and you know it's gonna lead somewhere disturbing. And I love seeing even Laszlo become much more flawed as the story goes on. I didn't feel the runtime of this at all. The theater actually made it very accommodating. They started the trailers early so the movie would start around the 1 p.m. showtime, which I wish were the case for every movie. There was also an intermission at my screening too. I'll take another margarita! If anything, I actually wish the film were longer. It did kinda jump to the conclusion for me. I could have used an extra 20 minutes before the epilogue. Spending this much time with a movie, sometimes I don't want certain things left up to my imagination, but it's still an easy A that hands down has earned all of its awards so far. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe to our movie reviews of 2025 playlist, and we'll see you next week.